All right. Hey, everybody. Glad you could make it. I'm David, and joining me this way is Shawna Ristic. Thank you, Shawna. How are you
Hi,
doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. This is like the third or fourth time that Shawna and I have hooked up to do our little lives here. And I've got some questions started already. We do readings on anything you want to read on. It could be politics, it could be on pets, it could be on people, it could be on some other P word that I'm not thinking of right now. Uh, if you do have questions, go ahead, type them up in all caps. It makes it just a little bit easier for me to see them, so I can star them and put them in the comment. I can put them in the start section and pull them up when it comes time for new questions. Okay, just giving a couple seconds here for people to join in. Thank you for anyone who was just watching Hogarth's Tarot Astrology with Lady G and Dr. Lena and Celtic Sheila. Glad you could join us on this one as well. How was your week, Shawna? Anything new and exciting happening, or anything new and exciting coming up?
Nope. I just went to see my parents in Colorado, so I got a full weekend of airports and family. That was really
Got
fun.
it. And how was Christmas for you?
Good. It was really good. Very mellow. Very mellow. And airplanes are so much fun because you kind of go and you're like, if I'm consciousness and I'm just kind of a part of all these people, and then you start typing, you suddenly tap in psychically to everybody in the plane, and you're like, whoa, way too much information.
I can't even imagine what that's like, because you just have this crush of human beings in this tube for several hours.
Right. You just kind of go into your book.
Yeah. And then you see all the TikTok videos of people having absolute drunken meltdowns in the airports.
Oh, I haven't seen those, but
I haven't seen any in person, thankfully. I don't think
Right.
I'd handle it too well. Okay. We're going to go ahead and jump in. We have 100 people in the live right now, and it's going to continue to grow as the live carries on. I've got 9 questions, 10 questions started now. Might be 11 here. Oh, can you tell me if my kitty biscuit? All right, get that one in there. All right, 12 questions. I got you. Let's start with Plucky Heroine, just because it's fun. I can't find my gray pearl earrings. Where should I look first?
I've actually found things that I've lost, psychically. Not always tuned into it, but let's see if we can find it. What was her name again?
This is Plucky Heroine.
Okay.
I don't know if you actually need her first name, but I can only imagine there's a very few Plucky Heroines.
248. Yeah. Okay. Let me see here.
Huh.
All right, I keep seeing water, and I think it might be somewhere in the bathroom, like that could be toilet water, like behind the toilet or something. It's kind of what I'm seeing. Something with water or and kind of in an unexpected place.
For me, I did pull 3 cards. I got by the way, if you're wondering why I'm doing all this, I have a side screen here that's set up for your phone. So if you're watching that, so I'm trying to make sure that the card's centered for anybody who's watching on that. I've got the Magician card. It's going to turn up. It's underneath it all of the 9 of Wands. Pretty much when you've given up hope, that you think you've searched everywhere, and you've got they always say it's the last place you search, which makes perfect sense, right? Because if you found it, you stop your search.
Right.
But if it's the first place you search and you find it, you're done. And that's the last place. But literally, it's like you're at your wit's end. You think you've done everything. You've looked every place 9 times. And then I think somebody else finds it.
Oh, interesting.
Somebody comes in, maybe if you have a husband or significant other or friend that comes over, they're over there saying, "Hey, I found this in your wastebasket, or I found this in your towel," or something along those lines.
Yeah, I keep getting drawn in around bathrooms and like behind toilets or something like that. Some weird
Like,
space.
yeah, like if you have like a toothbrush holder. And it just, someplace you wouldn't expect it to be in. It's not gone. It's just out of sight.
And bathrooms are hard places, man. You lose jewelry in bathrooms and it's like it just disappears. And then it reappears many years later. Something.
Okay, so I hope that helps you pluck a heroine. And then you can keep going with there. All right. Let's go to my starred questions here. I'm going to start with this one. Hi, June. June Wagner's another reader. She does tarot. She also takes care of her husband, who is quadriplegic, I believe. And she wanted to know, hello, I hope you both are doing well. I have a question. Am I on the right path? Do I need to do something differently?
Her name is June Wagner.
Yeah.
I see her really looking around and kind of questioning. I mean, of course, but I don't see any other paths. I kind of see her at a dead end, or not a dead end, but I don't see any paths anywhere around her. She's sort of just stuck there.
Yeah.
But I don't know that like changing another path is the way to go. I think, it almost looks like you should just stay where you are for a moment. Answers will come. It's like, how it is when you're doing psychic work, you kind of throw the question out there and then wait until it boomerangs back with information. And so, it almost just feels like you need to stay where you are and then kind of ease out of the anxious word looking like this, but kind of let yourself fall back into kind of an ease with it and see what comes to you. But I don't see that you should be changing any paths anytime soon. I think you feel that way, but it looks pretty static where you're at. What are you getting, David?
Yeah, I was getting the Ten of Swords. It's like things aren't working no matter what you try. Nothing's working. But I think the King of Swords is keep persevering. You're on the right path. It's almost like you stop and there's going to be a rebirth. Now,
like energy, like you feel stagnant, but it's actually because it's waiting for right alignment of timing.
Hey, wait till you see what I have underneath it. I've got the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. It's and without going into all the different suits, what it's telling me is, and again, I know June's been taking care of her husband. I think it's not the right time for this to take off because you have a lot on your plate, right? Being, the primary caregiver to your husband, to being the loving wife of your husband, to having to make tough medical and financial decisions for your husband. It's just like the timing's not there right now.
Right. Yeah, because a lot of times when we feel stagnant, it's not us that needs to change anything. It's actually just you need to be patient and wait for the timing to be right. And sometimes it's because something else needs to align too. It may not even be because of all the responsibilities she has. There's that, but also because you need to wait till the world catches up and is ready.
This one will be a fun one. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
It's a 50-50 shot. We can flip a coin and then John can do a reading, I'll do a reading, and we'll see if the quarter is more accurate than the near-death experiencer or the tarot card reader.
Okay. Luck come to me. Okay.
And I'm just going to throw cards until I get a
reading on, using their taglines instead of their names. It's a different experience for me. Okay, hold on.
Pregnant mom. Ooh. Might be a tough pregnancy. Things work out. Secrets. Keep the health I've gotten. Do I get? I think your daughter already knows.
I
I
was
think
getting
your daughter already knows. She hasn't told you.
yeah, I was getting that too.
I think it's a girl.
I was going to say, I think it's a girl, but or it's a very gentle, soft boy.
Yeah. She knows. She might have told a few people. Those people are keeping silent on it. The dad knows. He's going to be a good father. Again, keeping silent on it. They're waiting for the big day. The announcement's coming. I mean, I keep throwing cards and I keep not getting the answer on this one.
I
But
would say,
underneath it all is the star card. I think it's a girl.
yeah, I think it's a girl too, but I wasn't sure. I was like, but it could be but I think that's the surprise component that you're picking up. Where it's like, maybe,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go for girl as well. You gotta let us know. Come to me.
If they do a gender reveal party, they're going to mess with you and do it purple or yellow or something along those lines.
Oh, totally. Because there is definitely, a gender neutral feel to this.
Yeah. Just stop trying to assign these things to these poor kids. They're not even born yet. Okay. Will the Mango Moose Knuckle leave Canada alone and complete the free trade deal? In other words, will the United States and Canada complete a free trade deal, assuming that Donald Trump can not torpedo such a thing as his ego allows? Right now, I think Donald Trump is really focused on taking out other world leaders, and this is kind of like boring.
If he's not too interested in torpedoing people, like boats in other people's waters.
Yeah, because if you think about it, this is building something. He's really good at destroying things. Mm-hmm. He's good at knocking the blocks down, putting them together. That's for other suckers to do, so he can come by and knock them down again. Maybe we get a trade deal. Ooh, there's Carney.
I don't think it's going to stick if there is one. I think he'll probably try to make a deal because he likes to believe he's the art of the deal maker, but I don't think it's going to stick. I think he's going to back out on it or do something weird about it if he does.
King of Swords, this is Carney, ready to do the deal. They've been doing the negotiations behind the scenes. But because there's a crazy person involved, he stops the Trump in a fit of insanity, brings the talks to a halt, and then walks away. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, and it's because of this guy's dementia, his frontal temporal dementia, for entertainment purposes only. Oh, yes, and by the way, all these readings and questions and answers are for entertainment purposes only. We are not doctors, we're not lawyers, we're not financial experts, or anything along those lines. So take it as a bit of fun.
Yeah. Thank you for that disclaimer.
Yes. I just, wait a minute.
You just did that one.
I just did that one. Okay, let me remove that one. Oh, that's why, because it did this. All right. Chelsea Black wants to know, my black lab Chelsea is going in for surgery next Tuesday. Will everything be okay afterwards? For this, I bring out the cat deck.
I see that dog is very happy and just like, super going to be glad to come home. He'll be a little groggy, but I think everything's going to be fine. I see just total happy dog.
Just make sure you just have some treats available and a tennis ball.
Yeah. And some snuggles. You want some snuggles. He'll want to be like a lap to lay on.
Okay, what am I getting here? I'm getting the Eight of Skies, so that's the Eight of Swords. That's going to be the feeling of trappedness. Nervous. I do think the dog's going to be kind of nervous going in, a lot of panting, probably also in a lot of pain right now. I don't know what the surgery's for. Yeah, and it might be a painful recovery for said pooch. Nine of Wands, it's going to require a lot of attention to taking care of the dog, making sure like they're not licking their sutures and getting their meds on time, stuff like that, because sometimes animals are really good at hiding pain and they look like they're comfortable and normal, but you just have to keep an eye on them But yeah, out of all of it, you get the sun card. I think everything's going to be fine. It's just going to be the normal recovery time. Underneath it, I've got the fire tom, which is the page of wands. So it's, talk with your doctor about or talk with your vet about treatments after the surgery, anything to look out for, that sort of thing. So the more you talk, the more you're paying attention, the easier it's going to be to do something actionable to help the dog's recovery. But I think the dog is going to recover just fine.
I got that.
Okay.
Then you lot of snuggles after that, though.
And dog treats. Lots of dog treats.
I don't know if he's going to be able to eat them, but we'll see.
All right. So Linda Moffat, I would love to hear how my dog Briella is doing. She turned 12 in May and passed in June. That's her in my profile picture. We live in the Northwest. We live in Northwest Pennsylvania. I'm assuming that's what that is. And it looks like if I saw the comments later on, I believe the dog is Border Collie or part Border Collie.
Okay, Briella. And this is Linda Moffat. I just keep getting this heart feeling. I don't know if maybe the dog had a heart attack. I'm not sure, but I get this heart feeling that the dog is really tied in through heart connection. And she's a little bit sad about not losing the heart connection, but she wants to really maintain that heart connection with you. Yeah. And so I think that, instead of moving into sadness about her, if you could just really move into that loving heart connection and really reestablish that heart connection with her, that'd be a really great thing. I think actually the little dog has a lot of really great things to want to share with you, and wants to it's these snuggly dogs today, wants to kind of snuggle up and be, sort of with you and held and hugged and snuggled and stuff. And so there's that heart connection there. That I feel, but I think the dog's okay. More worried about you than anybody. What are you getting, David?
What I'm getting, I get the Sky Kitten, which again, I'm sorry, these cards really don't do this. They're so glossy. It's a little kitten jumping up in the air, floating, flying around, feeling energetic. When you're young and without pain, and floating by. So I think the passing. Was easy, right now they've passed and they're feeling great. Center underneath it is what would be the 5 of coins. It's the 5 of earth, and this is a cat looking in on the building where everybody's having their Christmas meal or something along those lines. So I think the dog is actually watching over you, the family, the house. They're there, and the underlying energy is the Fire Queen, which is this one cat with all these fireworks around it, which would correlate to the Queen of Wands. So it's this feminine energy of watching what you're doing and contemplating. It's like it's internal thoughts on the actions to take. I just think the dog is watching over you and providing you with love and support as any loved one, or in this case, any pet would do for their previous owners. They're still there with you.
And more worried about you worrying or your sadness around it than anything. The dog's like, well, but I'm here. Like, why are you sad? But I'm here. Just not be sad. So I would really go into that heart connection and just know that Briella's with you. And when you think of Briella, consider that may be a connection instead of your mind just going into grief about it. Hi, Briella. I'm thinking of you. Oh, you popped in my mind. Oh, I feel your energy. How you doing?
I talk to my dog Cody all the time. I lost Cody back in February of 2008. And my sister talks to my dad. I talk to my dog. Cody's been gone for 17 years, almost 17 years now, almost 18 years now. I've had him for 14 and a half years. He was a long-lived dog as far as that goes. Okay, we're going to jump to this one here. And this is Becky Too Many Cats. She had sent an email regarding Luna. This is the white cat that had gone missing, and then Becky was looking for her everywhere, couldn't find her, and then one evening was walking around her complex and was led to a garage. That the garage door was open, and there's this white cat in this dark garage. And after some coaxing and some chicken, the universal treat of cats, Luna came back, and she wanted to know who helped her in spirit reconnect with her cat.
Becky Too Many Cats.
Yeah. And thank you for the donation, Becky. I appreciate it.
I see like a woman kind of like coaxing the cat, like, go back this way, go back this way. I don't know if it was like a grandmother or maybe it's an aunt or something like that, but it feels like it was a relative of yours on the other side that kind of was like, oh, we need to get this cat back there, and kind of coax the cat back. Someone who was like a female fairy godmother type, if you have someone like that was in your family that's on the other side. Like a benevolent, which makes me think of a grandma type, sort of that helpful.
I'm not really getting an answer as to who helped. I'm getting more of an answer of. I'll do the reading, and then I'll try and explain where I'm going with it. So, foundation of the reading is the Page of Cups, the sea kitten. This little kitten's running into the waves and then running out of the waves. I think the cat thought it was her time. There's a Two of Swords underneath it, and then the Chariot underneath that. I think the cat had this mindset that maybe I'm not feeling well. This might be the time for me to cross over. And it changed its mind. With the Two of Sky, it had a choice to make. Like, it might have had the cat version of a near-death experience.
Yeah, there were the guides I saw going, it's not your time. Go back over there.
Exactly. So, like, the back paws are in the water and the front paws are out as the waves chasing it. It had a choice to make, and then I got the Chariot card underneath here. It's like... maybe not the cat's life purpose, but there was just some more stuff that needed to happen between you and this cat, or with this cat providing its energy to guide you for it. So it's just the timing wasn't right. I think the cat could have gone, but chose to come back just because, if no other reason, if you lost your cat like during the holidays, you may have had a really difficult time ever appreciating the holidays.
And cats are transmuters of energy too. So there may be something that cat needs to come back and help you through, change the energy of something as well.
Okay, so let me get that one done. Let me do this one. Okay, so Cindy Lee saying, hi, my dog Sadie has been going through some health issues recently. Is there anything she wants to tell me?
I just kind of seeing something with her tummy. Like, she's just not feeling good, kind of lethargic and like a tummy ache. And she doesn't really know what's going on with her, but she just wants to rest and be kind of cuddled and cared for. It just feels like it could be like a flu bug or something. I don't know. It doesn't. I'm not sure if it's anything serious, but it does feel like there's some tummy stuff happening for her. And I kind of feel like you don't need to worry about her. She just needs to work through it.
I'm getting a bunch of... I got 4 major arcana here. 2 of the cards popped out. I got the Moon card and the World card. So there might be something that's going on with Sadie that it's not, it's like you'd have to take her to the vet to figure out what's going on. There might be something underlying going on. Well, obviously you're going through some health issues. Okay, you're asking, is there anything she wants to tell me? Okay, I think what she's trying to say is we all come to a world card. We all come to an end at some point. Mm-hmm. We don't know when. We don't know why. It's a mystery to why we're on the planet at the time. If she does die, don't mourn her death because she's not really dead. She's going to rise in spirit. And basically, strength card underneath. Always have the faith in put strength in your faith that even when they're not physically with you, that they're spiritually with you.
Yeah, I would agree with all that. There was something in it too. I mean, it feels like she's going to be okay, or she doesn't really need, I don't know. I mean, you can go to the vet and do all of that, but like you said, in the end, either she'll be okay no matter what, whether she transitions or not.
All right, let's see. I flagged a lot of things, and when you start going on to one of the pet readings, they come flying in here. I forgot you two work with animals. How is my Missy doing? It was 1 year that I had to put her down on December 28th.
Missy, is Missy a dog or a cat or a horse?
Let's go back to the live and maybe there's 74 comments. Yeah, Don, if you want to give any extra details on that one, that would be great. Ooh, that's going to be fun. A mini Australian Shepherd or a mini Aussie.
I just keep seeing her wanting to kind of slow down, and I mean that might be because of how she passed or something, but because of the question was anything that she wants to, how she's doing and stuff like that. She might be also suggesting that you kind of slow down a little bit, or maybe relax a little bit more and take care of yourself a little bit more. I just see the dog kind of wanting to rest and lay down and take a break, so I don't know if that's the dog telling you to do that, or if it was just sort of where the dog's like, finally I get to rest and I'm just going to be chill now.
I'm getting something similar, a little bit different. Foundation, I'm getting the Earth Queen, which is the Queen of Coins. Looking after your health, it's fine. It's also practicality. I think the dog's appeal to you as a practicality part, but then we've got the Ace of Swords underneath it. And underneath that is the Fire Key, which is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is, to me, it looks like a Marco Polo type person. A person who's talking about doing something or taking a trip or traveling. If there's anything that you want to do that you've been thinking about doing, but part of you is like, oh, it's going to be expensive. I don't know if I should spend the money on that. I don't, live a little. I think the dog's trying to communicate to you it's okay to live a little.
Right, to relax and enjoy yourself a little bit more.
Exactly. Now, I'm not saying fly first class, stay at the 5-star hotels and stuff like that.
No, but it's the emphasis on relaxing and enjoying that's the important part.
Yeah, and it could be just, you take a 3-day weekend and you get a place near the beach. It doesn't have to be on the beach, but it could be near the beach, and you could just sort of decompress and just go out to dinner a couple of times or to restaurants and just treat yourself for a little bit. Enjoy life a little bit before you get back to the grind and doing out all those things that normal life has us doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me that one. Okay, we did Brielle. There we go. Let's gonna hide this one.
Don said, "Thank you." Chat GPT said something similar tonight. Great use of Chat GPT.
Let's jump in here. And for Ms. Fran F, thank you very much for the contribution, the donation. What does Tolly want me to know? Do we know if Tolly's a dog, a cat, a bird, a fish, an orangutan, a brontosaurus? Angela Riley, how dare you be late? But you're here, and that's all that matters.
Totally.
Golden Retriever.
I just keep getting that totally just wants you to know you're okay. You're going to be okay. That that you might be going through tough times. That your emphasis when you're going through tough times can be on, the sadness and the hardness around it or something like that. But that she's like, you're okay. You're okay. Everything's fine. And just that's kind of what I'm getting.
She also mentioned that she had a cat too. What was the cat's name? Sugar Pants. Now, and I only bring that up because I have the Two of Cups, the two cats, or the two animals, your two emotional support animals.
Right.
Underneath it all, with the Sky King, which is the King of Swords. The animals, there's decision. King of Swords, taking decisions, making external decisions. And underneath it all is the cat, which is the Fool card, starting a new journey. I'm assuming the animals get along well. Maybe at some point they didn't, but they get along well now. And I think all they're saying to me is they're there to support you on any journeys you take, but it's up to you to choose the journeys.
And everything's going to be okay, whatever you choose.
Exactly, because they're there to help.
Right.
As only a golden retriever and a cat can do.
Right, exactly.
Especially a cat named Sugar Pants, because I'm sure that cat never gets teased by all the other cats out there.
What's wrong with my pants? My pants are fine.
Now there was no, it's not Phyllis. It's not just animal questions. It's just earlier on people had asked animal questions, and I starred those questions, and that's why there's been a run on those. There was an interesting one just a little bit early. Here we go. At the age of 60, I found out my biological father wasn't who I was told. Man, do you know how many stories? There's actually Facebook groups out there for 23andMe babies.
Wow.
This has really messed with my mindset, and wonder why my mother never said anything.
Okay, Rachel.
Without before reading, and I'll let Shawna's going to dig in here. So I'm going to be some prattle in the background. I don't think anybody 50, 60 years ago ever expected we were going to have this DNA testing and that their secrets would be outed. And their reasons for it were their own, whether it was they don't remember who the father was. They know who the father was, but the other person was going to be a better provider. The father could have been flaky. They had a one-time fling and just hoped and prayed that this was not somebody else's child. There could be a number of reasons. I don't think any of it was done to cause you harm. In a lot of things that we do in this world are to hide our shame.
I was going to say, I was getting, the first thing I got was she was afraid you would judge her.
Yeah.
Or others would judge her. I'm not sure she told many people about this because she was so afraid of judgment. But she didn't tell you because she didn't want you to judge her either. She was a little bit embarrassed or ashamed or something about how it went down. I kind of sense that it might have been something where it would have been, I don't know how long she was married to your father or if that was involved at all, but it felt like it was something where it happened before, like she was maybe pregnant when your dad met her or something like that. And she didn't want to, they agreed that he would just take on the responsibility or something. And she was a little, didn't want to be judged for that. Premarital sex and all that.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Foundation of the reading, the moon card, the secret. Why the secret underneath? Judgment.
Can't make stuff up.
Now, center underneath it is the King of Swords. A decision had to be made, and I've got a Knight of Swords with somebody who was going to be there emotionally. And then the Seven of Wands, somebody who was going to fight for you, be there to up to bat for you. I think honestly,
like her dad just stepped up and was like, "I want to do this," and she's like, "Okay,"
Yeah, I don't think it was a mystery to the your dad. Let's not call him your dad. We'll call him your dad because that's who raised you.
Right.
I don't think she was necessarily hiding it from him. I think they wanted you to have the most normal childhood that you could have, and you wouldn't have this stigma,
the judgment of others on her,
of being the bastard child. That was just that. It's funny, when I was reading Robin Hood for the first time, I didn't understand about bastard children and bastard, especially with royalty, and bastard children being this like the most horrible thing in the world. Type thing. It was lost on me, so I wasn't understanding why. When one of the merry men was like the bastard son of some royalty, why he and Robin Hood didn't get along. It's because different mothers, same father type thing. But yeah, I think it was done just to keep your life normal. And who was going to find out anyways? This side of a kidney transplant. And 23andMe came along. Is Shawna frozen here?
No, I'm here. I was just looking at the comments as I was listening.
You stayed still really, really well.
No, that one of them, like, that's really curious. That one about the sister that she met at 25, and that I got drawn into that question.
Okay, let me see. Here we go. This one. From Carolyn 92. I have a sister that I met when I was 25. She was adopted out at 3 years old. Would she like to reconnect with me? I met her when I was 25. How long ago was that?
Did you just meet and lose contact?
Yeah. I'm assuming it was a one-time meeting, and now you're interested in
continuing a relationship.
Exactly. I mean, not that I need that to throw the cards. It's more just sort of closing the loop on the story.
I feel like that. And we'll see what she responds. But I feel like the meeting. It feels like it was a little bit like, at one time, a little bit of a surprising experience, of course, but then also like the search had been completed, like as if you were searching for someone and then it was completed. But at the same time, so having a continued relationship could be okay, but it doesn't feel like it's a top priority, right? It's really just depends on maybe if you want to put some energy into it, but I don't know that it's going to be like a big retrouvaille, a big reunion sort of experience, where you would get really close. It'd be sort of like, oh wow, we found each other, the search is over, and then we can have a relationship, but it may not be that closeness like sisters like you might think it was going to be.
Okay, so it was 40 years ago, so I would assume that Carolyn is now 65 years old, so her sister's going to be in her 60s, so to speak. Would she like?
But I don't think there's anything prohibiting it. I also just don't think she's the type of person who reaches out to people and makes a lot of effort to connections. That she's a little more reserved, and a little bit more used to being kind of a loner. So you can make that connection and try to reach out to her, and you probably can maintain it, but you may have to be the one to make the effort.
There's a caution. Okay, so I'm going to throw something. Rachel thinks your necklace is beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This was a gift from my mama for Christmas.
What I'm getting here, which is really interesting, I'm getting the Knight of Wands, which is kind of a leeriness, and center underneath it is the Knight of Pentacles, and underneath it is the Five of Coins. There could be one interpretation of that would be, I'm wondering why you're calling now. Is it because you need money, or maybe something like that? Somebody might be broke. I don't think that's why you're looking at that, Carolyn, and I don't know if she would think that way. Another way could be is that she could be in need of. There's a feeling of, okay, so Five of Coins, being left out. This is probably her being adopted out. Okay, and her not knowing why she was adopted out, and maybe feeling like it might be emotionally really tough to meet up with people that abandoned her. There's going to be abandonment issues here. Center underneath, though, is you can absolutely reach out. Mm-hmm. Reach out, not with money, but with your love, with your values. We got the King of Cups. You're both adults now. You have different experiences. You've lived in different worlds. She may not respond. I would say take it slow. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel it out.
Kind of reserved and kind of left out thing, and so you can reach out to her. She's not prohibiting it, but you may have to be the one to make the effort.
Right, and it could be just emailing her, reaching out on social media if she's like on Facebook or something like that. Maybe texting if you exchange numbers, or direct messaging through chats. Maybe and what you work your way up to is like a phone call or a FaceTime call, just so that you're seeing face to face. You may not meet face to face, but you can build it up that way and build that relationship and see if there's a relationship that both of you want to pursue.
Mm-hmm. And just be prepared that you'll need to probably convince her you want a relationship.
Illiterate kids, illegitimate kids, I think. Oh, wait, I think it's in relation to this. How are we going to explain this to our future children about this stupidity? Oh, yeah, I think they're talking about the current politics.
Yeah, I think that it'll be stupid for a while, probably. Hopefully not, but yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let's go back to stuff I've started over here. Okay, we got Tully. I'm just gonna thank you, Patty, for the super sticker. Really do appreciate it. Let's see, we got here papier cuts, the French paper cuts. They're so much more exotic.
Papier cuts. Mm-hmm.
Hi, David and Shawna. Does my brother understand I didn't attend his memorial gathering because I don't believe it mattered to him? Ooh. Okay.
I mattered to him.
Oh, that I mattered to him. Oh, okay.
Okay, so papier cuts.
That's an interesting one because, on the one hand,
I feel like right now, from his perspective, he's like, this total silliness, and none of that matters. And he's just like, he's kind of giggling like it's just completely silliness, and looks at you very affectionately for that. But that I don't think it really hurt his feelings. I don't think you have to worry about that. Not because you didn't matter, but because you did. And he also recognizes he wasn't good at showing it. It feels like there was something where he got really reserved and pulled back. I think he might have been pulled back from a lot of people. Kind of, I just seem sort of reserved and, kind of a little bit more in his own thing. And he wasn't good at expressing how he feels. And it feels like there may have been something that happened between you guys, that there was like a tiff or there was a sort of misunderstanding. And that sort of made him pull back. But it wasn't that you didn't matter to him. It was that, he had kind of an ego. And that you guys kind of pulled back at that moment, and then you just never really rekindled the relationship. But now I think he's like, it doesn't matter. It's total silliness what happened between the two of you. And I think he really loves you now. I mean, he cares deeply. And he wants you to succeed. He's kind of like championing you on, like, hey, we're okay, we're good. What are you getting?
I'm getting the Hierophant, which are big organizations. So this would be at the funeral. Queen of Cups, emotionally closed down. Page of Wands, Two of Wands. Hey, we all make our choices. We all walk our own paths. It was just, it's a free will choice. Your emotions are your own. But underneath it all is the Sun card. He understands. He understands why you did what you did. I don't think, and Shawna would say this anyways, being offended isn't a thing on the other side.
Right.
That's an ego thing. It's I feel small, so I have to protect myself. That doesn't happen on the other side. I think he just realized that you needed to protect yourself for whatever reason. And when
he did too, that whatever that riff or that thing was.
Yes. You went different paths. It just happens.
Right. But it wasn't because you didn't matter to him. It was because he was kind of in his own anger or, grumpiness and that riff that happened.
Yeah. And again, it can also be your ego that's like, I have to protect myself because you make me feel unimportant and that hurts my feelings. So I need to either protect myself or return it in kind. And it's something that, when Shawna was saying it's silly, when you're on the other side, you'll just look at that and say, God, I don't know why we both did that. That was so
because he doesn't remember a disagreement.
Right.
Could have been something when you were younger, or a difference in opinions, or a difference in ways of living, or something like that.
Sorry. I'm on the starred questions here, and I missed that there was more information coming on. Okay, let's come to here. Just want to say thank you to Sonia Funtown for a generous contribution. Thank you so much. This one's going to be kind of fun. Hi, David and Shawna. I've had the song "What's New, Pussycat?" Meow, meow, meow in my head for 2 weeks. Guess I'm just not figuring out the message. Any ideas? Thank you for your work.
All right, let's see about that. Oh, that's a really interesting one. All right. I think you just need to dance more. I think you just need to get out there, move your body, and dance, and have a good time, and have fun, and be silly, and that's what I'm seeing.
When I had a reading done with this woman, Psychic Debbie, a number of years ago, and right before my reading, or as the reading was coming up, I was driving home from work, and there was somebody had like a Batman sticker. Some car pulled in front of me and cut me off, and they had like a Batman sticker on the window. And then something else I looked, it was like a Batman movie poster. And then there was a third thing that was Batman related. So when I had my reading with Deborah, I go, okay, what's with all the Batman stuff? And she goes, well, what does Batman mean to you?
Right.
And she's like, it probably means something. What's he known for? His secret identity. So it's like, are you going to come out of the Batcave with your secret identity? This is before I did any of this tarot stuff. But I think that's where she was going with it. So Debbie would ask you, what does "What's New, Pussycat" mean to you? To me, it's like, okay, you've got your life going on. What are you going to do that's exciting? What are you going to do that's going to jazz you up?
Yes, play and have fun and
Right.
dance and have a good time. Yeah.
And what I get here with the reading is Queen of Swords. Your choice on how you want to do it. You know, enjoy the things in life that are around you. It sounds like the earlier reading. You don't know when your time's going to come, but you get to choose what you do and when you do it. So go out and have some fun while you're here. It doesn't. Somebody had another question was earlier is like, why are we here to learn lessons? Because apparently the earth is a school, and we are here at school to learn things that are more difficult to learn on the other side. I've heard somebody describe it as it's like going to a gym. On the other side, there's no resistance training, or it's very, very light resistance. Here, you've got heavy things. You've got to push hard. You build up muscles to when you go to the gym. And coming to Earth is like building up your spiritual muscles. It's like a workout. I don't necessarily like those descriptions because right now, this workout that we're experiencing in the world due to our current leader really makes it seem like this workout sucks. How can this possibly be benefiting anybody?
Yeah, but what a ride, right? What a ride. Yeah, it maybe, I see this as benefiting only in that sometimes we have to hit rock bottom for enough people to wake up and start to do something differently. We all do it in our personal life, so maybe that's what's going on culturally.
My dad loved Tom Jones. I remember that song well. That's right. It was Tom Jones that sang that, didn't it? Okay. Let's see. How about this one? Again, no doctors here. Hello. This is from Jeannie Moeller. I watched your previous live stream. It was about to have my lung wedge resection for suspected metastatic cancer. You were right. My lung lesion was benign. Thank you for the peace of mind. Oh, good. I didn't read the question. Thank you. I'm glad that is benign for you. I thought we were going to be reading on that one here. Okay, how about this one?
What a great feedback.
Yeah, thank you, Jeannie. Appreciate that. And I'm glad you're feeling better. Or at least I hope you're feeling better. Will my upcoming surgery in February go well? This is the retired chef. We don't know what the surgery is.
Right.
You could have retired chef could be having like 6-pack abs inserted. This could be cosmetic surgery. I don't think that's what it is, though.
I see it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I think it's going to go well. I think the surgery is going to go as well as it can be expected, but I think that the recovery is going to be a little bit harder than maybe you expected. I just see that it's kind of a heavy slowness to coming back around with it. So just give yourself a lot of patience and time, and make sure you have a good care team set up to help you to recover from this.
Yeah, I get Five of Wands, a lot of energy, a lot of scramble. I'm not saying you're going to have a near-death experience, but I think there's going to be there's a lot of energy going around with this surgery. And I've got a Two of Wands underneath it, which could either be like there could be a follow-up surgery that maybe needs to happen, or maybe the surgery is related to like fast-moving events. Like let's say you have ulcers or something like that, and they're trying to cover that up. But it's there's a planning after this surgery. Now, what's nice underneath it is I've got the Five of Swords. Ultimately, I think what's going to happen is it's like a binary thing. Yes, no. Are we going to get everything? Yes or no. So if this is a surgery where they're going to cut out a cancerous lesion or something like that, I think they get all of it. There's going to be some recovery. Yeah, there's going to be some recovery time and some analysis of your health and watching your health. And that could be what this is. It's like, this might be one of those, I'd say close calls, but it's one of those things that it's like, maybe you let yourself go or something along those lines, and they can fix it now, but you've got to make changes in your lifestyle so that
you can maintain.
exactly.
And really set that up now, those changes, so that you're ready to step back into it when you get out of surgery, step into this new pathway, because it's going to take you a little bit more energy to get things going. And if you go back into the old pattern and then try to shift, it's going to be harder than if you just come out of surgery and start doing the right thing.
Michelle's stalking the feed.
Is she?
Yeah, that's Michelle right there. Hi, love. Mwah. Let's see. Now, I did see that. There's retired chef. Thank you. I was told it would be challenging. I think it'll be okay. And again, that Two of Wands. If that Two of Wands is, we got most of it, but there might be another surgery. I've had 3. Oh, here we go. I've had 3 failed artery transplants.
Okay, it's been that way for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think even if this one doesn't fix all of it, again with that 5 of Swords, just the vibe I'm getting is like, maybe they fix those 3, but they realize they have to go back in for that 4th one. Something like that. Just be mentally prepared that they may not get it all fixed this time. And you've had 3 failed artery transplants, so.
I just think it's going to be okay. I just think it's going to take longer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also want to say that it's important for you not to go in with the anticipation of it failing and all of that, of course. But you want to get your body prepared for this and to be really in the right mindset of you can do this, and really think about how pristine you can make the vessel before you go in.
Yeah. And that going with the mindset that they are going to fix this. It may not be, you can be okay, like, yeah, they may not get it all, but know that they are going to fix it. All right. There we go. Let's end up with that one here. Retired chef. Thank you. I am preparing myself. Good luck.
This is my 37th surgery, he says.
Oh, good heavens. How many surgeries have you done?
Well, you're good at preparing yourself for these. Wow. Well, then I think you can trust it's going to be okay because you've been through them before.
How many surgeries did you go through after your car accident?
I only went through about 3. Well, no, probably 4. We had to reconstruct my jaw because I broke it off. And then I had a splenectomy. And I think those are probably 2 separate surgeries. Yeah. I don't know how, I was in the coma. I don't know how many they did on my face to put that back together. They had to do that. And then there was big abdominal surgeries, and then an ankle surgery later, and then more dental surgery later. So I don't know how, probably at least 4 or 5.
Hi, David and Shawna. Will my children, who've not been in good terms for several months, now go back to getting along like they did before? Man, I hear you. Ballet mom, I hear you. My son would like to have a cordial relationship with his sister, and she just doesn't seem to have any interest in having a cordial relationship with my son. And it breaks my heart when I see that, because my son is a good person. He didn't treat his little sister particularly well growing up, but he wasn't hideous either. I mean, he wasn't like a tyrant and cruel or anything along those lines. He was just a bit of a jerk to her. And I wish she could let go of that and understand why. Be forgiving, because he didn't feel like things were being done fairly. And so he took it out on her, but he's matured and understands that that was wrong of him to do that, but she won't let him in.
I feel like they are going to start communicating more. It's going to be a very slow process. It will not go back to the way it was before, but I do see like some abilities to kind of be in like cold communication if they're in the same place. I don't know if they're even allowing each other to be in the same room now, but they'll be able to be in the same room. It's just going to be some tiptoeing around and stuff like that. But I also think that there's probably not a lot you can do about this except for to try to not get involved and just hold this more loving space for both of them and the opportunities for them to be around each other and try to work through it.
I think now I could be misinterpreting this, but we've got the Nine of Coins, and the heartbreak betrayal card. I think she feels he did or said something that feels like a real betrayal to her. I don't know if it was money or value related or lifestyle related, but I think a comment was made about her and her values, and she just saw that as an absolute betrayal. And I think she looks at him like he's a smug mother. It's like, oh, you don't think your poop stinks? Well, fine. I'll cut your butt off and we'll see what happens. So it could be like, she could be in a relationship. It could be the job that she's in. I'm not sure what the Hierophant is. This could be, your political beliefs, your religious beliefs, education beliefs, but something what felt like her wealth or her value, right? But core value, something like that, got attacked by somebody who was way too confident in their opinion. Now, it could be the exact opposite. It could be that she attacked, she thinks she's up here and he's down here type of thing. And she thinks she's all that in a cup of tea and he's not worth her time. But there was like a betrayal. Somebody said or did something that really, really offended one person.
Right, made them realize that the other one wasn't who they thought they were, or something like that.
Yeah. You can imagine, like, in this wonderful, volatile world of politics, that somebody said or did something that seems unforgivable, whatever that might be. Oh my gosh. My daughter and granddaughter were victims of Havana syndrome a few years ago. My granddaughter was the youngest ever, 9 months old. Who did it? Okay, and I think most of the audience isn't going to know what Savannah syndrome is. And this will be the last question because we've been on for an hour here and Shawna's got life to deal with here. Savannah syndrome is, it's like there've been these sonic attacks in Cuba. And like people hear like a low rumbling, like a low megahertz rumbling noise or something like that. And then they get disorientated. They may pass out. They have problems with their balance. It's like a military grade weapon used for disabling troops. And they were practicing on it on the population in Havana, Cuba.
I got it. And this is Angela Marshall.
Yeah. Wrong place, wrong time.
I was just about to say that. Exact same thing. Wrong place, wrong time. It feels like it's so I keep seeing buildings, so it's something that was going on with buildings or something, or in a city or something like that, and that I don't know that it was actually even intended to hit that place, but that it did. It was kind of like missed the mark of where they were intending, sort of deal. Oh, they were in Serbia. Oh, my husband's from Serbia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She said yes, but they were in Serbia.
Okay.
That's interesting. Yeah. That makes it really interesting.
Right. They refer to it as Savannah syndrome because it originated in Cuba. Right. And again, if it is something like a weapon, you could move it around to play with it as well as on the US.
That's why I was seeing those kind of old concrete buildings, like in Belgrade. There's a lot of stuff going on with the politics in Serbia right now. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. It always is, but especially in the last couple of years, with the uprising. And there's, president's kind of trying to do some crazy stuff and maintain his hold on power as much as he can. And they're shooting a lot of stuff into crowds. So I'm not sure that they necessarily even thought about what they were doing, but it feels like this. I used to keep seeing something with buildings, and I'm not sure it was intended to have the impact that it did, but it was just more of that crowd control probably kind of thing.
Yeah, I got the Eight of Swords. I just like, but
it was probably governmental.
Collateral damage. Yeah, and I absolutely believe it was governmental secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Collateral damage secrets. And center underneath it is the Ten of Cups. It's like an attack on the people.
Yeah, well, that's what they're trying to do to control the population right now.
That's what I'm getting. It's part of a plan by like oligarchs or somebody with wealth, power type of thing here. They're not specifically targeted. They were just generally targeted on this one.
Because it was happening in the city. So yeah. A lot of people got it. Yeah. And maybe it might have even been that, your family members were just walking around town at that point and happened to be, where it was rumbling.
And that's kind of what I'm seeing with it as well. Okay. Let's go ahead.
Belgrade as well, she said. Yeah.
All right, we got that. For NTR Pricing, $2 donation. Thank you. I was depressed last year. Will I be happier in 2026? That's always a personal choice. Nobody can make that choice for you.
But if it's, let's read on it still.
Sure. But man, I hear you. Happiness is a choice. I tell my son that all the time.
Feels like we've been hiding out. I feel like the depression has kept you inside. I kind of see you under the blankets and stuff. And that it could be a really good thing for you to go outside a little bit more, like in nature. It feels like you've got a little bit of a nature deficit disorder thing going on. So I would really recommend doing some hiking or whatever you have around you that you can get outside and get some nature around you would be a really good idea. But staying inside, especially if you're staying inside with the media, is not a good idea.
I get the Hierophant. There's just so many big things going on out there that you have no control over. You need to take a break from that and worry about your health. Your wealth, your values. You can't change the world, but you can change you. And if you can change you, you change the people around you.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, your vibration matters. The energy that you're holding here on the planet matters. So even if it's depressive because it feels too heavy, don't put your attention into that. Step into who you are because the world needs you. And we need more light.
And not only that, you can also sort of think of it this way: like attracts like. So if you start dwelling in the depression, you're only going to attract depressed people towards you, because happy people will be drained and they will push away from you. Mm-hmm. So you need to put yourself in a position where your energy's up, and then supporting energy comes in to help you maintain that. And so you can slowly spiral up as opposed to slowly spiraling down.
Right. You can be the lighthouse.
That's a great icon. I should use that for my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And thank you, Retired Chef, for your donation. Appreciate it. Shawna, we blasted through an hour and 10 minutes already. Thank you very much for joining us again today.
You're welcome. It was super fun. Thanks for having
me. All right. Any parting words for the audience before we sign off?
Hang in there, man. It's crazy out there, but isn't this what we came for? Right?
Don't put it up to a vote.
Transition is always hard. We're with the destroyer. With the creator will come after him.
And it's sort of like the current situation. It's overwhelming because you don't have control over what the leader of this country is doing. And for 10 years, we've been wanting other leaders to step up and put in the guardrails, and they've seemed really reluctant to do it. But there's cracks forming in that support network. Literally, Trump will have a tower moment because, if he sends an order to invade Greenland, which would violate NATO and could break up NATO, it's like the established Republicans don't want that. Trump wants that. Why? Because he's a mafia boss. The whole reason with Venezuela, this is just, he's going to put a new captain in charge of Venezuela, and then they're going to pay him, money. He's going to extort money out of them, protection money, as it were. And if this new VP, that's now the president of Venezuela, won't pay the protection money, he'll get somebody else in there to do it until he finally does that. And then it's like, wow, what a great way to make hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm going to do that in Cuba and these other places.
Well, it's also a way to also get, to kind of have an issue with China.
Yeah. And there's you and I, other than protests, there's nothing we can really do about that. Mm-hmm. But hopefully, certain Senate leaders, because I've already heard Tom Tillis, I believe it was pushing back on Stephen Miller's comments about Greenland, and Jim Thune's like, we are not invading, Greenland. We're not doing this. This has got to stop. So they're at least going out there and challenging him. So hopefully we won't have much more of this.
Right.
But again, thank you everyone for watching. We'll catch you next month. Have a great time. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.